I'm on to do a midday message. It is now 12:03 my time. 123. And I just came to do a message real quick. Oh, I got the wrong deck out. We're gonna pull out the Astro deck first. Pull out the Astro deck first, so we can see what it's hitting. Like my point is to, okay, so the sun is in Pisces, moon in Scorpio. So we will infinitely be reading out the dark deck today. And even Mercury is in Pisces. Okay. So we will be reading out the dark deck. Let me go ahead and get it out. Dang, I should have put some lotion on. I did, but I just washed my hands. Anyway, whatever. Okay. So we're going to be reading out the Astro deck, the numerology deck, and the dark deck. But first, let's see what the Astro cards are speaking on, what they got going on. What's up to anybody in the chat? Don't judge my hands. I just washed them, so they're ashy. I had put on lotion this morning. We got the first house. Aries currently is in Venus. So we got the first house. That's your house of identity. That's your, will be like your ascendant, but as far as the house, that's the space of your identity. And then we got what? We also have the 11th house. The sun just went out of Aquarius, but this is another womb. This is another hole. And that makes sense since we got all these planets in water. A lot of, oh shit, my bad. A lot of Scorpio and Pisces going on right now. But we got the 11th house and the first house. Okay. Damn, my phone finna go dead already. What the fuck? One more card. The 11th house, of course, like I said, that's the house of Aquarius that Aquarius arrived out of. That's your networking. That's your acquaintances. That would be like the worldwide web, the internet, technology, shit like that. And it is conjuncting. So your identity and that networking system is conjuncting, maybe based off of how you present yourself, is allowing people in the extended community to fuck with you type shit. Okay, but let's go deeper. Like I said, we're gonna be reading out the numerology deck. Just read out the Astro deck, and we will be reading out the dark deck since we got all this water energy in the sky right now. The moon is in Scorpio, sun and Mercury is in Pisces at the moment. So let's pull some of these number energies, numbers, colors, and sigils. Why I want to come out like that? This the card that came out too. I'm gonna put it back. I don't really want it because I ain't like how it came out. What's up, Misa girl? All right, we got the 7. This is I think it's inverted. What's the word for it? Inverted. I just say inverted. Number 7 is a masculine number, just like the number 1 is, and I kind of feel like 11 would be too, even though 11 equals 2. But Aquarius would be like that androgynous energy. But at the same time, whatever. I don't know if it's a masculine or female. I think Aquarius actually is like neither. But we have a number 7 came out. Now this one just came out. Number 6, which is, I think this is also inverted. We're going to pull these energies out the book in just a moment. So 6 is an androgynous energy. Well, first of all, 7 gives masculine, but we also know in the zodiac, 7 is correlated with Libra, which is also a masculine energy though, so whatever. Hold up. Wait a fucking minute. Hold on, let me do that over. One Piece lover. What's up with it? What's up with you? All right. Then we got number 5. Look, y'all, we got 9 people in the building. I want y'all to hit the like button real quick. Double tap the screen and chat and comment. But we got number 5. This is the feminine energy, and it's like kind of exaggerated at the moment. It's not connected to the entire the totality of the other feelings and shit. Because 5 is feelings. That's the internal realm. You got multiple energies when you go inside of that feminine internal energy. And it's like some of these internal emotions or feelings are not really connecting, or kind of over exaggerated when it comes to like the flow of what the internal shit should be like, so to speak, right now. But let me read it out the book real quick, y'all. Tap the screen. Fucking let me not be ratchet. Because I was gonna say something. So anyway, let's see. Number 7. Now I'm gonna say it. What the fuck you in here for if you ain't gonna tap the screen, you little bitch? I'm just playing. Okay, for real though. Let me chill out. Okay, we got number 7. 7 is this 7 is inhibited. That's the word I was looking for. Inhibited. In the inhibition of the number 7, the trigon moves head first. The head moves down into the square, which is also the case in the smaller image. So it's like that, because we're not gonna go that far yet, but it's like the head is it's holding itself back. Because 7 is the realm of new awarenesses. It's a new expression that is being observed, but instead of it being fully observed, it's like shying away from the awareness of certain things. And head gives first house too. And remember, we had that first house energy come out, and the 11th house. So maybe it's kind of like an individual not necessarily want to show themselves on a wide scale, on a like over the internet, based on it kind of shying away from what the capabilities of it is. Then we got the number 6. All of these energies are not in their congruent spaces. Number 6 is inhibited as well, I believe. Before number 7 comes number 6. Before the 7th dimension is the 6th dimension, if you want to look at it in those terms. But we also know that these things are simultaneous, and they're not, you can't like order certain things when it comes to the internal. They have their own organizations going on that go back and forth. That go back and forth depending on what the setup is. But we got number 6. Number 6 right here is inhibited too. In the 2 triangles moving in opposite directions, the forces of heaven and earth appear to be blocked. Unity is impossible. So these 2 energies are attempting to come together, or these 2 energies are not fit for one another, although they are in the same space and they're trying to. It's like you being around a person that y'all ain't even like the same type of energies, or y'all could be having a conversation that neither one of y'all should be having with one another, but yet still forcing that conversation and nothing really being accomplished based off of the incongruency of the 2 parties that's trying to come together. These 2 things are not even capable of having a sort of understanding. And with that number 7, that would cause certain energies to be inhibited too when it comes to the expression, because certain things weren't understood in the number 6. 6 gives comprehension too. 6 is like an understanding, and certain things are not understood because maybe the 2 things that bitch. Okay, let me chill out. Let me see if I can turn this down real quick, because I don't want to be disturbed right now. Okay. The 2 things are not, they're not even in the same space to even correlate with one another. Yet they are, when it comes down to the number 7, the awarenesses are not even available. And that could cause a shyness. And that could cause like a holding back of an expression based on you not getting the full total understanding when it was time to balance certain things out, because number 6 is balanced too. Then we got number 5, which is exaggerated. So right before all of these energies, you have an exaggerated feelings. The 5 breaks free from the system in a destructive way or dissolves itself due to fear of relationships. So 5 is that internal space. 5 also is Leo when it comes to the zodiac, but when it comes to just numerology, just in general, excuse me, 5 is a feminine energy. Feminine is internal. Having certain feelings and emotions that may not have been spoken to anyone else for real, and trying to make things make sense without any reference points, which will cause you to over exaggerate certain feelings, because you know what I'm saying, when you have these, it's even how it works with actual women too, when it comes down to feminine energies trying to make sense out of certain emotions. You can't make sense out of everything in the internal unless you actually like work through these things. These things probably won't work through. And that's going to cause, I'm trying to see what the point is though. That will cause an inhibition, because where something is exaggerated at, there will be a lacking somewhere else. So before we even got to Before we even got to 6 and 7, there was 5. Even though I pulled this card last, but everything is inverted and upside down. But before 6 and 7 came is number 5. And if number 5 had, if your feelings and emotions is not connecting to what the actuality of things are, and it's causing and over exaggerating, you being real pissy about small things, maybe being upset about certain things, about like how you had to cope with certain life scenarios, and taking those things out in an unproportionate way to other external things around you, is going to cause you to really be inhibited, because at the end of the day, it didn't actually make sense. And when you express these things, it won't make sense, and that may cause you to kind of shy away. But what's the actual point though? Because so let me pull out the dark deck to get some more clarity on this. Let's pull out the dark deck. I got the base of what's going on, but I haven't caught the gist of like the point yet. And in these readings I be doing, they always come to like a full circle point, and I love that. So let's see if this is going to do the same, which I'm sure it will. All right. So again, the sun is in Pisces, moon in Scorpio, Mercury is also in Pisces. That's one reason why I'm pulling out the dark deck. Okay, the first card came out was the shapeshifter. I don't know what number that is. Y'all know y'all Roman numerals, whatever. I don't know. We finna see. But the shapeshifter, that's when you change your disposition or change your how you're expressing yourself based on what's around you. That's not necessarily something that you should like lean towards doing all the time though. But we haven't read it out the book yet. But that's giving me the energy of that 5 that we were just talking about. Those internal feelings that may be not warranted. Now I ain't gonna say not warranted, because all your feelings are warranted, but not worked through, not made sense out of. Some feelings being held on pedestals that's not the pedestal that they could be being held on, may not be warranted. You may be upset with somebody, you think somebody did something to you, but actually you the one caused the whole situation yourself. So that would be a that's not warranted. That's not a warranted feeling, and that will cause you to have that disconnection, like with this number 5. If you see the head of it, it's not connected to the rest of the flow of the energies. Remember, we had that first house come out. First house giving the head. The womb. We got the womb. This is that vagina space. That triangle reminds me of that. This is a feminine, probably a feminine energy. We got the seed that's being sheltered and protected from the internal. I don't know yet. Let's see. All right, one more card real quick, and then we're going to dig in. One more card, and we're going to dig in. I should have took that one. Okay, we'll take this one. The seed. So we got the womb, the seed, and the shapeshifter. This is all giving first house individuality to a certain extent, being that the seed is the seed of where things are going to go. Whatever that seed is going to be what that plant is going to end up growing into. And the womb is going to protect that plant. But the shape-shifting energy here feels distorted somewhat. There's nothing wrong with being able to shape-shift your energies and manipulate your energies. But at some point, you do have to keep it real, though. So let's see what the damn deck actually, the book say. And see what these numbers are, because I don't know my Roman numbers. The Roman numbers, I don't know those. So we got the shapeshifter first. I'm going to read them in order. The shapeshifter is a part of the self. It's number 15, which equals 6. Remember, 6 was inverted. Okay, so it's like people pleasing type shit. Shape-shifting based on other energies around you because your energies are inverted. Oh shit, wait a minute. Because the energies, and that's not gonna bring any genuinity to anything though. Because if you're trying to relate to somebody who you know you really don't relate to, you have a other side motive. You got other undercover scorpionic type of reasons as to why you're trying to relate when it's not even supposed to be like a thing though. And 91 is the page number. That's another number 1. So with 15, let's break that down real quick. That's the individual going into the feelings, which is going to equal 6. 1 and 5. We have all those numbers out so far. And then we got 91. That's the ending and the individual. Okay, let's read it out the book real quick. It's like stay in your lane type shit. Okay, let me hold it up. So it says the shapeshifter. The shapeshifter has a love of theater, games, so it's fake. Shapeshifter gives fake ass energy. And trickery, manipulative. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story. And I ain't gonna say it's fake because I know this probably finna give you a good, nice, cute message about being a shapeshifter. But we can look at these things on both sides of the spectrum and keep both of them in mind when we find the balance of what it means for us. So it says its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is the side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. So it just want to fit in. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. When the shape-shifting card appears, it's important to imagine that you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focused lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagine. Be wary, though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long-term with the shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center, and we got the other linking factors right here with the seed in the womb. So this is saying so far that if you are going to have to shapeshift, which we do have to go through these energies just in general, even when we're keeping it real and being genuine as much as we can, you still have to go through these. The fuck? Oh, Lord, my phone about to die, y'all. Hold on. Hold up. Hold on, y'all. I got my charger right here, though. So chill. Just chill. Just chill. I ain't know if it'll die that damn fast. Okay. We do have to do those shape-shifting techniques and shit throughout the day at times, especially if you're in certain situations that you don't necessarily, like you don't really want to go to work necessarily every day unless you really have a job that you absolutely love. But this shape-shifting energy, it's going to be important for you to still, of course, understand where you came from, though, and still incorporate your own individuality when you are in a moment of having to shapeshift. How do you do that? If I'm in a moment of having to shapeshift to the environment, I'm still gonna hold it down for, like, if I walk into a church house right now and everybody praising Jesus, in my mind I might do some mental witchcraft just so that I could shapeshift and not have no kind of like friction with the other individuals around me, because I've had to do that before. Go into church and when they crying out to Jesus, I transmute that energy to myself, and I look at it so that I can still get a message out of it. I look at it as Jesus, that's me. I'm crying out to myself or whatever the fuck. And some of that shit I just can't do, though. Some of those things so when it comes to you having a shapeshift, you might have to pull out when it comes to things that's gonna cross your boundaries when it comes down to certain shit like that. Then we got what came out next? The womb. The womb is a place. Okay. 46. That's aware of feminine energy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got 4 and 6. That's your thought processing and the ideas and the expression of these understandings, finding balance. So that's that internal space that is gonna nurture. And we ain't got to look at it as it's like an actual woman's womb. This could be the mind. That's that mental space, finding balance too. And it's on page 155. That's 11. 5, yeah, 10. That's another 11 energy, which we already had as far as the 11th house that came out. So we can that womb, that 11 energy is giving me like earth, even though we know that ain't got nothing to do with astrology for real. But I say that because on a collective, everybody is inside this womb that we call earth. So whatever. Now let me read it out the book. 155. Okay, let me hold it up. My phone finna go dead already. That's crazy. Okay, so everything has an origin story. This is the womb. The womb archetype asks us to contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning. That's that space. That's that space. Like nothing. So, but the womb is something though. The womb is after the nothing though. So this gives me one energy too. Even, but it's like that internal, the yang of that yin though. That internal yang, the actual home. Also fourth house type shit. So let's not forget that it had the four. That four is giving mind, mental, and home space. Let me put this over here. These energies are conjuncting. I forgot about that. Because what I was reading so far was not harmonious as far as like shape shifting. But these energies are conjuncting one another. So they are using the situation. Even though we also had this number over here, number 6. Damn, I don't got enough space. And number 7, that was inverted and opposing the balance that could be had or that can't be had. It's not even balance available for these energies. But that could be balance in itself though. So let me read this. Where we at? I got it upside down. Contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning. It didn't even say before, so it's beyond because there ain't no up, down, left, or right when it comes to that internal realm. But there is expansion or contraction type shit. So beyond would be like the expansion. So contemplate the beginning beyond the beginning. What was the beginning of the beginning type shit? And then at that point, you're kind of in infinite regression. Oh shit! Hold on, y'all. My bad. I had a phone call. Real quick. I guess we back. Okay. Where was I at? The mother beyond the mother. Okay. So the space before the space or beyond the space would be the nothing for real. That would be an androgynous energy. In a world that often negates the power and necessity of feminine principles, the card returns us to the warmth, tenderness, and sacred intelligence from which we came. It is a card of receiving, not achieving, of accepting love from the mother of us all. She is the life-giving force that forgives and cherishes even the most wounded and disparate soul. I ain't never heard that word before. No matter how lost you are, the womb awaits your return to help you heal and grow. This card is a call to keep things simple, to return to the reborn in the name of love. The womb is everywhere. It is beyond gender, beyond time. Right, that's that androgynous energy. We are within it as it is within us. Exactly, okay. What is it saying, though? Let me see. What number was this again? Let's get the full circle, baby. 46, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's one. Okay. So, yeah. That's that. Going back to that first house. And remember, the first house came out. Remember, house is a place. It's like the holder of the energies that's in that space. So, the first house, that's you being able to always know that you have your natural innate energies that you came with, and don't forego those things just because you may be in uncomfortable energies or in uncomfortable environments. Because like I said, we got the 6, 7, this 5, 6, and 7 that came out. All of them are either inverted or exaggerated. So some are like in their solution space. So these gives uncomfortability and having to work through processings and things like that. And with this number 6 energy, 6 being that androgynous energy, but also 2 things that's not capable of coming together. It's you being okay with that, and you go ahead on and work with the energies that you have, love those things, so that the things that you are supposed to be, that are supposed to draw to you, can draw to you in a genuine space though. Because look at it, this 6 gives me sex. These 2 things are rejecting, like they're not even rejecting one another. They are kind of, because the other 6 is like a full-on rejection. But this is also a form of rejection, because the other 6 would be 2 energies that may not ever even come into contact with one another. This 6 is coming into contact, but these things don't actually, they're not a match. They're not a man. They don't go together. So it's like, being able to not be so upset about those things, not have that FOMO, fear of missing out, or fear of not fucking with a person, being kind of feeling some kind of way because you're not in the loop, so to speak. That shouldn't be as important as what you're supposed to be in the loop of. If you only knew that if something is rejecting you, that means that bitch is not for you. The fuck. So keep it moving, and there's a whole whole scope of life and the world that is available. And if you just tap into your own first house energies, and I ain't saying like go into your zodiac chart or whatnot, which you can, though you can use that, of course you can use that, but my first house is in Pisces, the sun is in Pisces at the moment, but still realizing that you have value within your own self first, and then that with this 11th house energy coming out, remember these energies are conjuncting with the 11th house energy coming out. That's pointing to me that there's a whole world that you don't have to blend in with that crowd. There's a whole other world that can be the space that where you derive from, or that can share certain values and things like that. So you don't have to necessarily be upset about certain energies, peoples, places, scenarios that's not a fit for you. Don't be feeling like, don't let that shit fuck with your self-esteem, is what I'm trying to say. Because we had that 7th house come out. I mean, the 7 energy come out. 7 is relationships and whatnot, but it's inverted. So trying to fit in so hard to where you kind of shift your own space to where you fit in you fit in a space that's not for you, but you're letting go of all your other energies that you came here with. So you're gonna let go of your energies you came here with, just to vibe along with people who don't even give a fuck. And when it comes down to it, you'll have to go through that realization that they didn't give a fuck because y'all ain't the same like that. Not to say that you're supposed to like not fuck with people because y'all ain't the same, but don't be putting it in your heart to where you feel like your value is dependent on whether or not you're in this crowd, or you have this job, or you are privy to this space, or this group, or this club, or whatever the fuck it could be. Everybody has a womb. Like we're all in a womb collectively, and you came from your own individual space, or your own mother's womb individually. So you know what I'm saying? Okay, this ain't gonna be no long message either. Then we got the seed came out. Let me see. The seed. The seed is number 66. That's 12-3. This is balance. The seed is number 66, and the page number is 197. 7, 8, 16, 17, 8. That's 8 energy, right? 7, 8. Let me see. Yeah, that's 8 energy. And that's 191, individual in an ending space coming up out of the womb, and now it's becoming a brand new individual. That 191. Hold on, that's the wrong number. My bad. 197. The individual in the ending space, and that 7 being in a brand new awareness, and eventually having to relate to the brand new world that it's experiencing. And I said that's number 8, which is going to cause that karmic cycle. It's going to cause a karmic cycle, or synchronicities, or you'll be in a space of that. So let me see, 197. Let me find the page. Okay. Beginnings come in many forms. They are not always a beautiful seed placed, and they are not always a beautiful seed placed intentionally in nourishing soil. I don't like the way they wrote that. That don't make sense, but I'm assuming what it's saying is not all the times the seeds that you plant is like the ones that you meant to plant. Some of them sometimes can be ugly, but it still was planted and it still may grow. Origin stories, like any birth story, are complex, surprising, multi-layered, and usually reveal a central image or detail that represents the fully formed being. And remember, we ain't talking about just babies. Anything can be a implanted seed. Anything masculine going into a feminine is a seed. That's a thought going into the mind or the emotions, and creating a new flow, or creating a new, I don't want to say plant, but creating a new materialization of something, or manifestation of something. That's a seed that had grown. And not all the time are these seeds intentionally planted. So you can plant ugly seeds and they end up flourishing into ugly goddamn situations and scenarios, or even ugly ass babies. But let me not say that. Never mind. Let me keep that to myself. Okay. Where am I at? Simply stated, the end is present in the beginning, right? Or the entire oak tree resides within the acorn. Whether you follow this imaginal theory or not, know that when this card appears, there's a potent generative energy all around. It stirs your very insides and usually results in an antsy, impatient feeling. Pay particular attention to what's agitating you, as it's a sure sign of growth to come. Right, that uncomfortable energy. You are bumping up against a growth edge. Bumping and grinding with that sex energy. It is from the grit that the pearl eventually comes from. So it could be situations that you've been in for a period of time, and you've actually grown up out of them, and now you're having to little yourself down in order to still fit whatever narrative that group is wanting to fit, or whatever the fuck the job. And it's really time for you to grow beyond that. But you're still trying to have forced compatibility. That's not a cute thing. You see that this sex is not like the last time I pulled, well, one previous time I pulled this 6 card, it was giving rape. It's not giving rape in this scenario, or should I say grape, my bad. But it's not giving that right now. It's really giving like it's not for you. It's like shit, hey, you can sit around these people all day long. You're not gonna be fulfilled. You're not gonna have a very valuable connection or conversation. Nothing actually is gonna be the point. You won't have no actual point. So you might as well just move on, grow beyond that shit. Because there's other seeds that you have planted, even if it's for the worse. Because just because things are conjuncting doesn't mean that they're going to conjunct and be something cute. This is like the seed that's been planted. A conjunction is like something that is a match, whether it's something for your favor or not. It's still going to be able to use one another, or you know what I'm saying? But the seed is saying that other people in certain proximities as you may have planted certain seeds which will throw them out of alignment with like what you got going on. So whatever the case is, what I'm getting from this energy is that individuality is being challenged right now when it comes to what you're choosing to surround yourself around. And with that 11th house energy, 11 giving individual relating to another individual in its own individual space. You're in your own space, somebody else is in their own space. Keep it like that. Even when it comes to people that you directly really deeply connect with, you still got to keep your own individuality for you to even much be valuable at some point, if you're around other people that knows what value is when it comes to individuals. I don't value other people. I ain't gonna say it like that, but I'm saying like that. I don't necessarily value other people's presence like that if they don't have no real authentic individual. They can't give me anything original. I can look on TV and see some commercial shit. I don't need you telling me or being a commercial ass bitch. I need for you to be yourself. And that's like what that 11th house is giving. That's that. Oh shit. Hold on, y'all. I dropped the phone. Wait a minute. Okay. I'm gonna pull out another deck real quick because I don't feel like the full circle has been achieved. Let me keep these cards out. And I'm gonna pull out a deck that I don't like necessarily usually pulling out of. I'm gonna pull out of it anyway. And that is this deck right here. Clarifying life situations. We're gonna pull out of that one. Okay. All right. Yeah, we're gonna pull out it. I'm gonna keep this one out just in case. But this is clarifying shit. So just based off of the word clarifying, this might be the best choice because I do need more information. I would like more information. God damn it. What this is. Divine flow. I ain't never got this card, I don't think. I might have though. Divine flow is in the upright position. In the upright, it says divine flow. Let go of attachment to the outcome and just let the universe bring the gifts. Like, yeah, like let go of the bullshit that is no longer serving you. I hate to use those cliche ass terms that tarot readers usually use, but basically, like, let go of certain shit that ain't worth shit no more. Like, not to say that you ain't got to deal with these people or you don't have to like smile upon them and be cool with them, but the thing is, let go when it comes to like you identifying yourself to these things. No, people grow, and if you're trying to grow amongst a whole crowd, okay, I see. If you're trying to grow amongst, because 11 house is the whole networking, you're trying to fit in as far as what the whole world is doing. You can't even know what everybody fucking doing, but as far as like the status quo type shit, everybody wears Brazilian hair. Now you trying to wear that shit when your ass allergic to it, but you still trying to do that shit. No, let go of trying to fit into that type of shit and let things come in as they should. Because in the reverse, it was open to receive. Invite abundance with open arms. Embrace the blessings awaiting to flow into your life. So you already are like inviting certain new energies to come in. You kind of set up situations for you to be in different energies. So when those things actually happen, you still don't want to, like, what sense do that make? So you're going to have to let go of certain things so that you can allow the universe to bring in energies that's becoming to the seed that has been sown, which is what you are growing into. Okay, I get it. I get it now. See, that's what I was looking for. I was trying to get it. All right, 2 more cards. Stop trying to fit into a certain idea that others have for people like you. Like everybody would think, say those stereotypes. Just because you're a black girl don't mean that you have to, whatever the fuck a stereotype that's expected of you. You don't have to do that. Just because you're a white girl and fuck a stereotype. What about who the fuck you actually are individually though? And that'll break all stereotypes. And then that allows like abundance too. Divine flow. This came up in reverse. Let me just pull it out like that. So in the reverse, more adventures. Embrace the unknown with curiosity, letting each journey shape your path, right? So let go of certain shit and embrace what you don't know that's going to happen. You don't know who might have open arms towards you. You don't know who may benefit off of you being your own individual self, regardless of how you may feel that others may shun that. You could be, say, I don't want to use that example. Well, I don't want to use that example. Say you have you've been presenting yourself or you've been in a certain scene for the longest, but there's certain things about yourself that they didn't even know, and you like, and they would not even assume that they wouldn't know these things unless you told them. You might be missing a pinky toe. Nobody knew that but you. And by you exposing that information to them, they may don't want to fuck with you no more. Don't be afraid of that, because that's gonna wean out the bullshit, and it's gonna allow you to not have to hold on. It's gonna allow you to not have to reject shit in a fucked up way, because it'll fall off on its own just by you keeping it real with what it is you got going on. More adventures will be in the upright. This is what the thrive would be for. Embrace the unknown with, hold on. No. More adventures is in the reverse. That's what I just read. What you would thrive to be on, or what you're going to be heading towards, would be the new worlds. There are many more things for you to discover. So don't give up, or don't hold on to shit that's not for you necessarily. Like release some things you think that you need, certain items, or you need certain energies or qualities in order to be comfortable and happy, when that might not even be the case if you just try out your own individual genuinity. Like it can be certain qualities about yourself that are great that you're just shy to express. But if you like work on that, because that's an internal thing within you, you'll be able to use that God-given those God-given qualities, and that in itself could help you create new experiences and new worlds. But you have to get there, because this was in the reverse. So okay, one more, and I'm not gonna say I'm gonna dip it, because I might read out the empathic oracle. But one more out of this deck though. Hold on. Okay, no, I don't want that. 2 came out. The 2 came out that was Eclipse of Concealment. I'm gonna go and read it, because I got to read it, because look at these cards. They look alike in certain ways. Hey, motherfucker, bye shit. They look alike in certain ways. The eclipse and the fire, they give the same colors, but this is water, this is fire. We got Aries and Venus right now, and then the moon is Scorpio right now. And we're finna go through eclipse season too. Okay. So, and these are in the upright. Eclipse of, My bad, this bit. Eclipse of concealment. Y'all like the chat up. Y'all up in this bitch like it. Let me not be ratchet. Eclipse of concealment. Navigate through the eclipse of concealment, understanding the cyclical nature of hidden phases and awaiting revelations. Eclipse is when certain things end. What the eclipse of concealment? What the hell does that mean? Eclipse of concealment, because ain't concealment when you hide something, like what we were just talking about? Okay. Oh, okay. So it's like, once you allow some of these things to fall off and eclipse them up out of your life, a lot of other things may become privy to you, or you may become aware of with that 7 energy. Certain opportunities may become available, and they were always there, but you weren't able to see them. And that could be, again, back to you hiding certain energies about yourself, or hiding certain truths about yourself. What up, Kyrie? Hiding certain truths about yourself, too scared to let go, thinking that people won't accept you. But if they don't accept you, bitch, they not for you. So you're not accepting yourself. The hell? And in the reverse would be secret emerge, like let go of these secrets. And you already, so this would be like you accepting certain quirks about yourself already. You accepted them already, so reveal them as well, so that you can be comfortable in your space, like in your first house type space. So in the reverse is, in the rhythm of cycles, the hidden is unveiled. Await the reveal with an open heart and mind. Okay, but we already there. We already did that shit. Appreciate you, Kyrie. All right, then we got flames of passion. This is also upright. Let the flames of your passion light your way, but be mindful of the fires that may ignite in your journey. So, what is that saying? My phone? Okay. Anyway, let me read it again. Let the flames of your passion, that's giving me that internal flame, because it's dark and we got the eclipse moon. So it's these internal, that's that 5 energy, those, and it was disconnected to the rest of the emotions. But if you allow these internal passions to be something that you allow, like expose them, like actually work towards them, like don't be too shy to express certain things that you may haven't even developed or explored within yourself, but you won't be able to get to that until you actually express them, and then you can develop them based on what you have expressed. Will let you know like where you at with it. And anytime you do something for the first time, hell no, it's not going to be perfect. It has to be something that you have to work on. But at the same time, once you express these passions, you gave that air, you gave a little air to that spark, because it's external at that point. They may ignite. Be mindful of the flares that they may ignite in your journey, or be mindful that certain things may fall off, and don't be scared of that shit. And be mindful of the fact that now you may be seen differently with that first house energy. It's so fucking what? If that's the truth of who you are, what the fuck is you scared of? Ignite and ambition is in the reverse. This is what it was asking you to do, but you've already done this. Pursue desires and drive, and face consequences bravely. So it ain't like you're scared. Sometimes it could just be a matter of you not realizing that that's what you're supposed to be doing. So this is a message to let you know, whatever that is that you were afraid of, or didn't necessarily want to expose to others, or like express just in general, you've already dealt with those things, and now it's time to actually do the shit. Like ignite ambition, pursue desires with drive, and face consequences bravely. Keep an open mind as answers reveal. Wait a minute, that's the wrong one. No, that's right. Keep an open mind as answers reveal your journey. That's kind of like the same thing. Let me read it again. Pursue desires with drive, and face consequences bravely. Keep an open mind as answers reveal your journey. But in the upright, let the flames of your passions light. Okay, so this is you already expressing certain shit, but maybe in the beginning stages of expressing certain things, and may not have expanded your expression to other energies that you may personally know, or may be aware of you, but they don't know this part of you. Only certain individuals know. And this is you separating yourself from certain crowds just by being yourself. And that is like inevitable if you're going to be a real ass person and just be who you are. Sometimes you have to, if somebody trying to say you walk, I live in the South. It's people giving out Jehovah's Witness pamphlets, preachers, and they swear that they the shit when they tell you, yeah, you know, I own the church. I'm the pastor at the church. I don't give a fuck. So it's like, don't be shamed, or don't hold back when it comes to, say, a Jehovah's Witness trying to give you a pamphlet. I tell them straight up, I don't want that shit. I don't say it like that, but I say I don't want it. No, thank you. And that will like You could be in the presence of somebody else could see that, and now they have a different perception of you. But don't be afraid of that, because it is what it is, and it's you, ain't it? So let the flames of your passion light your way, but be mindful of the fires they may ignite in your journey. Don't be afraid. Continue to be brave, because you are already brave enough to even develop these things. All right. I'm going to pull one card up out of the empathic deck, because I usually only pull out of 3 decks, and I kind of got the gist of what's going on. Again, let's go back to the original energies that we had. We had the first house conjuncting the 11th house. That is giving at this point that personal identity that was trying to fit in with certain groups. It's telling me that you don't have to fit in with the old cyclic and groups or jobs or whatever the fuck. There's opportunities right now for you to be yourself, and for you to that is going to allow other doors to open, other opportunities, other energies to be available to you, just by you expressing your actual self. Because that first and 11th energy, those are like disconnecting energies, separating energies, but it's conjuncting to the point to where it's like it's a good thing. It's nothing wrong with you being yourself. There's nothing wrong with you holding certain boundaries, even in passing. I can't help myself though when it comes to certain people trying to throw. Well, I did have a little situation yesterday at my child's school with her teacher, and I kind of played out that energy of just going along with the flow. But I did that because that's my child's teacher, and I ain't. But so she was trying to tell me about certain political things that's going on and shit, and she was really trying to hint to me that she didn't vote for Trump, and she don't. And bitch, what I would have said if it was like a regular situation was, I don't give a damn either way it go. But I do have I do know certain things that's going on. But if you want me to like bond with you on the fact that you hate Trump, I can't do that one, because I don't hate him or love. I don't give a damn either way it go. But I played out the energies of me. I wasn't fake with it. I just didn't say much about. But yeah, that type energy though, having to blend in, because this is what everybody's doing. This is what the collective doing. When you just you're just one person experiencing one pocket of the collective. You don't even know that if you begin to express and expand the truth of where you stand at, other opportunities can be available to you. Just because when one thing ends, something always comes back to back it up. That's just how it is. And then whether or not it turns out into something that you actually wanted, at least you'll have information on like where you're at with what you're doing. It'll give you more information on like what's actually happening with you. Because if I was to have expressed myself, say she wasn't my daughter's teacher, but if I was to have expressed myself and she looked up her nose at me like, bitch, what? That would let me, and then that would have sparked an emotion inside of me. And depending on how I felt about it, would gave me more information on how to fashion that whole type of energy, or how fashion that whole type of situation when I come into contact with it. So the point is to just keep it real though. Keep it real with yourself first. Keep it real with yourself. That's the point of this message. Okay, one card. Phases, 7 energy. 16, individual balance. So everybody got their phases. So you mean to tell me you want to fit in with a whole crowd when every individual in that crowd has phases? And if they're not going through phases, that lets you know how fake they are, and you want to fit in with that? Hell no, you need to be working through your phases so that you can, develop as an individual, or develop as a spirit. This is not the only situation. This lifetime is not the only lifetime that you have experienced or will experience. And every moment is not the only moment that you have experienced or will experience. Every moment is going to bring in different phases if you're keeping it real and trying to continue to grow. So let me read it out the book though. And that's how that individual finds his own balance with that 16, and that's going to allow that expression, because we had the number 7 come out in its inverted position. That's going to allow the expression to not have its head inverted, because this is supposed to be up. in the book it says the head is inverted inside. No, this is supposed to be something that's lifted. 7 is like gives me mountain energy. It's like a peak. It's like a brand new awareness or expression. And instead, these things are not being expressed, and then that's going to keep you from knowing what you got inside of you. Like what? Who is going to allow? Who would do that? If you don't know that's what you're doing, then I understand. But now that you know, like we can't have that. Can't have that. Okay. 16. An empath, or a spirit in the body, because this book always says empath. You find yourself not only sensitive to people and places, but the unfolding phases of change. It's uncomfortable. That's why all these energies were not in their solution space, because this is an uncomfortable space to be in when you are having to grow and express yourself. Even in the beginning stages of your growth, you still got to express these things. Letting go and letting change. Wait a minute. Yeah, letting go and letting change happen is one of the greatest gifts that one can give themselves. You may notice how quickly one's path begins to move forward when letting go replaces impatience. And wait a minute. What? Okay. You may notice how quickly one's path begins to move forward when letting go replaces impatient and dwelling on the particulars of a situation. Right. Because once you let go of how somebody may possibly feel about you, that emotion and those thoughts no longer a part of like how you're moving and reacting to what you're supposed to be doing. That's going to allow you to grow and move along and go ahead on about your business with some grace and without any broken, burnt bridges or hurt feelings when it comes to other people necessarily, unless they want to hurt their own feelings, and then they'll be in the same position that you're in, wanting to fit in with something that's not for them to fit in, but that's beyond you at that point. So this will allow you to not have any blood on your hands by you growing and phasing things out as needed. Where am I at? You may notice how quickly, okay, always honor where you are on your path as well as others. Trust that each moment is a phase in a grand tapestry of experience that will change when the time and energy is right. The question is down here, am I not allowing myself to flow into the energy of the moment? All right. Are you allowing other people? Because that's what it said. You're allowing other situations to shape how, because we had the shapeshifter come out for y'all who just got here. We had the shapeshifter come out. Are you shapeshifting your energies to please other motherfuckers around you, which is throwing you off and distorting yourself? Or are you allowing the phases to just shapeshift on their own and not forcing certain, manipulating your own self in ways that you know that you're doing, and that's not a beneficial thing? Or are you going to allow these things to phase out, and that way the shape shifting will happen naturally, and it will be like a chameleon that landed on a green flower and now it turns green, instead of it trying to remember that it used to be on a canary and it want to turn yellow? No, you're going to get your ass ate up because the predator is going to see you, so to speak. You're going to get washed trying to fit in, because that's going to cause inner confusion, and you'll lose yourself trying to fit into some shit that this ain't got nothing to do with what your life is supposed to be about. And you'll never know what that shit's supposed to be about if you don't allow these things to just happen and let life show you. Life is supposed to show you. Y'all know that Bible verse where it says, what did it say? Lean not to your own understanding. I used to wonder what the fuck do that mean, but now I understand what that means is allow life to show you. Don't lean to nobody's understanding. Don't just assume anything. Life will end up phasing things out, and you going with the flow will allow you to understand and will allow life to show you things from moment to moment at all times for the most part. Okay, I think that's about it, child. I said I want to read one out this deck. Let me go on while I'm good. We got the message. The message is keep it real. Keep it real with you. Keep it real with yourself. No, how the song go? Preach. I'm gonna have to listen to that song when I leave here. All right, y'all. I'm still trying to think of the words to the song. Anyway. Okay, you guys. 53 minutes and 53 seconds. What that is? 8. I'm at number 8 individual. Bye, y'all. See y'all next time. Thanks for tapping in. Hit the like button. Y'all, I be wanting to go live and add people on with that live share. But I don't be knowing how to merge that into my lives. How do I do that? Am I supposed to ask questions? Probing questions? I don't know. I'm just a girl. I don't know. All right, y'all. Bye. I love y'all. Some of y'all, I don't know who y'all are, but for the most part, y'all got my love. Bye.